This is KFGO for a Cause, brought to you by Neil Van Dam and the Van Dam Financial Group. I'm Amy Eiler, usually here Monday through Friday from 11 to 2 with JJ Gordon, and I spend Sunday mornings. It's not Monday yet. Don't fast forward. With Neil Van Dam. Neil, welcome back.
Good morning.
And this morning, because it's the last day of the Red River Valley Fair, we're going to talk 4-H. You guys have been going to the fair for the last 9 days. It's the 10th day today. You've seen all the animals and the kiddos that have been involved, because at the heart of the fair, it is not the Midway, sorry Midway, but it is the kids and the animals and the 4-H projects that people have worked so hard on. That's the heart of our Red River Valley Fair. And Erin Fons is here with us, and Emily Grunewald. Emily, let's start with you. Let's talk about that 4-H program. How are you involved, and how did you start getting involved in this?
Well, I started getting involved in 4-H because I was a 4-H member myself. My parents were 4-H leaders, and I kind of just carried that passion and tradition on. I definitely wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for 4-H. It gave me huge leadership skills, responsibilities, and it's lifelong lessons that we carry throughout our entire life. So I want to pass that on to not only my children, but other children in the community. So I am a 4-H leader, as a 4-H leader in Clay County, and then we started the Red River Valley Fair 4-H when we started our livestock enrichment program. So we now have our own 4-H club. It is a rapidly growing 4-H club. We used to be able to fit in a small conference room, and now we actually meet in our Ag Education Center because we need more space.
How many kids are involved in 4-H here?
In 4-H here, I don't know the exact number through the Extension office, but it is increasing dramatically each year. Each year when we do the livestock enrichment program, we actually have to sign kids up for 4-H because those kids some of those kids that sign up for the livestock enrichment program are not a member of 4-H, and you have to be a member of 4-H. So we bring new kids in through that program every year.
Okay. Can a concrete kid be a part of 4-H?
Anybody can be a part of 4-H. 4-H is not just livestock either. It's science, it's STEM, it's arts and crafts. It's not just livestock. Livestock is a huge, huge part of 4-H, but it's not only livestock.
Let's talk about the livestock enrichment program. I know that's what you are probably most passionate about.
Absolutely.
Very involved with. Interviewed your daughter this week.
Yep.
Who said the best part about showing is winning, which I love. I love
Very
that.
Very competitive child.
Very competitive. So tell us how the livestock enrichment program works. Like, start us from the beginning.
So starting at the beginning of the year, January, February, we'll start having some informational meetings where we'll get families involved that want to come in. We have a PowerPoint we'll go over with them to talk to them about expectations, about the timeline, about what the project entitles, because pretty much these kids are signing their summer over from May to the end of fair. So we have a couple informational meetings. We used to only do one. Now it's growing to the point where we do 2 at least, so everybody has an option of a night to come get information. We want everybody to be very well informed and no surprises. Then in March, they have to turn in their application. So they have to submit an application with me. I thoroughly go through that application to make sure time commitment's not going to be an issue. And then I let them know if they were accepted or not, and if not, why. And then in April, I start buying these animals, and I go around. I have a handful of people that's been great to work with, and they help us provide animals at a decent cost. I bring those animals to the fairgrounds, and late April, those kids come to the fairgrounds. They sign their life away for the summer with us. They do a lottery, so the kids really enjoy that, where like all the lambs, I put their ear tags in a hat. The goats put their ear tags in a hat, and the pigs, I put their numbers in a hat, and they get to come up and draw their animals. So there's no way around, like, I want this animal. It's all part of the lottery system.
Sometimes you get Mr. Giggles, and he sits in the corner and won't go out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get the stubborn pig. It is what it is, right? Yep. But this is a great point too. Tell us about those kids who are being involved with this, because is it all farm kids, so to speak?
No. It's mainly kids that live in town here that don't have the facility to raise an animal. So there's kids that live in apartments, townhomes, kids just in city limits that they'd get in a little bit of trouble if they had a pig in their garage. So they come down. We have kids riding their bikes down to the fairgrounds to take care of their animals. They come to the fairgrounds. I have a feeding schedule that they have to clock in and clock out on their days. And most of them come in more than their assigned days. So they're very much well committed.
I mean, I just love that, though. This is giving, access to this kind of education to any kid in our community. Now, this doesn't just happen. How do you do this? Is it grants? Is it fundraising? I mean, this is a lot of, it's not just time, but it's a lot of financial resources that you need to take care of animals and to make this all go.
It is fully supported by our Red River Valley Fair Foundation. So we have our sponsorship team here that goes out and finds sponsors to help as well. But I buy all the feed and the animals all through the foundation's account, and Erin here goes out and finds those sponsors also to help support it, like Butler and them. And so
and Erin Fons is here with us as well from the Red River Valley Fair. You know, when we bought our tickets for the Red River Valley Fair over the last week or more, we saw at the very bottom of the ticket options that there was an option to donate to the Red River Valley Fair Foundation. So if you're wondering, why the heck are you asking for a donation to our foundation? It's going to programs like this. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, so our foundation directly supports 3 of our major missions. So that's our livestock enrichment program, our ag education center, and then scholarships for local youth in the community. Most are focusing either on a fair career or an agriculture degree as well. So all of your money goes right back into the community, right back into the fair. And it's not those concerts, the midway. It's truly what you were saying, the heart of the fair and ag. And that's also when people ask, you guys charge so much for concerts or your tickets. Most of that money is also going back to these programs as well. So to make sure that we can make ag possible at the fair, those other programs support that as well. And just going back to allowing everyone to show animals and making sure that they're getting what they need and the support they need to succeed in 4-H as well.
Yeah. I mean, those concrete kids need an education on where their food is coming from. It sounds silly, but it's true. That Ag Education Center, understanding where sugar comes from, understanding where your hamburger comes from, all of this is a really important part of where we live, and it's important for these kiddos to know. The further I was reading something about, and maybe we had this discussion when Farm Rescue was on the show with Neil and I, but people's connection to the farm, it's close, but it's getting further away every generation.
It used to be 3 generations. Now it's moving on to 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's so, I mean, growing up, I always had farms to go to. But now I look at my kiddos and I'm like, wait, there's no farms for my kids to go to. Mm-hmm. And so pieces like this, the Red River Valley Fair, the Livestock Enrichment Program, these are all keeping that spirit alive.
Well, and that's what's nice about this program is we have more than one family whose parents were in 4-H FFA and that showed livestock, but it's hard to find a farm around here at a decent price, especially unless you want to drive hours. Mm-hmm. And so they can't give that dream to their child. And so we're able to provide a facility where they can have their child experience that.
We're talking 4-H, and Neil, you had the best and most basic question that probably should have been at the beginning of the show.
Well, the one thing I was curious is, what does 4-H actually stand for?
What does 4-H actually stand for? We should have started with that, Emily.
So 4-H stands for, the 4-H's are head, heart, hands, and health. So there is like a pledge, and I won't go through it here.
Do you want to do it? Is it long? You can do it.
So during
no pressure, but do you have
we have a meeting for our 4-H club every month. And the kids stand up and we say our Pledge of Allegiance, and then we say our 4-H salute, which I pledge my head to clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, and my health to better living for my club, my community, my country, and my world. And that is the 4-H
That's
pledge.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we're very 4-H is a very strong community driven. Our 4-H club does a lot of community outreach. We try to do sometimes one each month, whether it be us collecting canned foods for food pantry. We've done tie blankets for the Ronald McDonald House. We've done Feed Our Starving Children. We've done May Day bags for the city of Barnesville during their day of caring. Each senior that had a house that needed help, we gave them day of caring bags with little trinkets in there for seniors that they absolutely love. So we always try to give back to our community and help instill those values to the children, which it's getting harder and harder for generations to do.
Yeah. We wanted specifically to have this conversation with you and Erin this morning because it is the last day of the fair. And while people have been going out and experiencing 4-H for themselves, maybe they're curious about it. Maybe they want to get involved. You said, of course, with the livestock enrichment program, there's a lot of time commitment from that May to mid-July where they're taking care of these animals. They're getting ready for the fair. What are the other pieces of 4-H more year round? And can people get involved at any point during the year?
Absolutely. So you can enroll in 4-H anytime. Generally, open enrollment starts in September, but we don't turn children away.
Sure.
You can join anytime. There are other things that are a part of 4-H. We have kids that do arts and crafts, baking, canning, all those things, science, STEM. You name it, you can write a book and enter it. Like anything can be a part of 4-H. There's no denying anything in 4-H.
I love that.
I was just going to ask, what's the time commitment? As a parent, I hear all this and I'm like, that sounds like I have to live at the fair. What do I have to do as a parent to bring my kids there?
To be a part of the LEP program? So starting in May, it all depends on how many animals are in each species. So the pig species is the easiest species because the pigs are on automatic feeders and automatic waters. Lambs and goats take a little bit more time because somebody needs to come out morning and night and feed them, because if you put feed in front of them, they'll just keep eating and eating and eating themselves to the point where they're sick. But the pigs are on automatic feeders and waters. So with the pigs, the kids I create a schedule. So it's like, say if there's 10 kids that are doing it, there's 2 each day of the week that will come out in the evening and check on the pigs, make sure there's no waters leaking, their feeders are full. And then on Saturday and Sunday, the exhibitor just needs to come out and check on their own individual pig once on Saturday and once on Sunday. With the lambs and goats, we do have quite a few homeschool kids that are able to come out and do the morning. Otherwise, I kind of help out with that because I do understand that life happens. Parents have jobs, even though the kids are on summer. And so, but this year, actually, the homeschool kids fed all the time in the morning. And then those kids that couldn't do that, they came out in the afternoon. But it's usually a couple times during the week that the kids have to come out and check on their animals, work with them, bond with them, because they do all the work. They halter break the goats and lambs. They train the pigs. Like they come young animals that the kids have to totally train. And so they spend that time and they bond with them. But lambs and goats on Saturday, the kids have to come out morning and night and take care of their animal on Saturday and Sunday. So there is a little bit like lake weekend is hard, but we also work with those kids. If you have like a family vacation planned, something like that, you're not going to be here for a weekend because you're at science camp. Like we don't want to turn those things away either. So we work with the kids. But then when June hits, every Saturday in June from 9 to 12, we have work days where we bring in.
They're so much fun.
We bring in guest livestock showmen to help the kids and give them tips and tricks on how to show. And then we do fun things like with the pigs, we do musical pens to help the kids learn how to control and make sure they're working with their animals. So it's like musical chairs, but it's with the pens in the arena. So whoever the last kid is standing in the arena with their pig not in a pen, then they have to go back to their stall until we get the winner. And then we put some obstacles out there and do figure eights around A-frames and stuff like that. We make it fun for the kids.
That's so fun.
The issue is, though, that the kids fall in love with it. So we talked about it earlier. They bike to the fairgrounds. I'll go down to the barns, and all of a sudden I have a whole group of kids there that aren't supposed to be there, but are hanging out, laying with their pigs in their pen and hanging out with them. So the commitment isn't that much, but it might turn into it once they fall in love with it.
Right. Okay, well, they have to fall in love with these animals, and then we are going to talk about the auction coming up tomorrow, Monday morning. Okay, first, let's talk about do you prepare the kids for the auction? I feel like that would be the hardest part.
You can ask Erin. I'm probably one of the most forthcoming people that you'll ever meet, and I let them know from day one, like, it's going to be processed. Yeah. So that's one thing that we wanted to provide to our community. If we had a facility to house these animals year round, we would. But Cody won't build us a heated barn yet. So
the foundation doesn't have that much yet.
Yes. We want to provide something to our community as well. And one thing that a lot of people in our community are always asking for is farm fresh meat. Yeah. And where can you get farm fresh meat? There is no better meat you can get than a 4-H animal. Those animals are not only fed well because they're being shown. So they're not just being fed random slop. They're getting fed the best of the best feed, but they're also getting baths. They're the most well cared for animals. So it's the best meat you can have in your freezer. And then it's going back to children to help them. So with the LEP program, those kids get to take home the net of their project. So they're not doing this for nothing. They're getting some funds out of it. Some kids are putting them in CDs to help for college. Some kids have gone out and have family members that have a farm. So they went out and bought more animals to show. So, I mean, we're doing it for the experience, to offer the experience to the kids. Some kids are competitive and they want to do it for the win. Yeah. And so if that's the case, then they have to take that money and then they go and get that. So, but we want to provide farm fresh food to our community. So what better way?
So that's happening tomorrow. So if you're listening to this and you're interested, the auction takes place tomorrow. You're going to have breakfast at 8 a.m. and then the auction at 9. Tell us what that experience is.
Yep.
Like.
So donuts and coffee from Sandy's Donuts at 8 o'clock in the morning in our hospitality building. And then at 9 o'clock, everybody's going to be gathering over at the livestock barn. And there'll be a number of kids in 4-H that are just doing the premium sale because their animals are usually going up to state fair. The livestock enrichment animals will have a little asterisk mark usually next to their name. And that means that they are for meat consumption. So we have 15 pigs, 10 goats, and 1 lamb going through the auction. That will be for sale for meat consumption. So it gives people the opportunity. Those kids will walk through the ring with their animal. You can see them firsthand. At the breakfast, those kids will be over at the breakfast or the donuts and coffee to meet the buyers, mingle with them. It teaches them those life skills of trying to sell their animal and talk to you about their project and give you that guilt trip of you need to buy my animal.
That's adorable.
They've already been sending out letters.
I saw the letters. Oh, the letters with the pictures of the animals is so cute.
Yes.
They work very, very hard and they are adorable. They are not shy about talking with their animals. So Emily and I kind of have been calling it like an adopt a whale program for our sponsors too. So a lot of them have been keeping our sponsors in the loop of what's happening with their animal, what their animal did this week, how much it weighs, what they've been working on with it. So those buyers will show up and know what pig they've been talking to, I guess. So it's adorable. And yes, they'll come up to you, shake your hand, say, "Hi, I'm blank, and this is my pig, wondering if you'd buy it." It's adorable. Very, very cute. Cool.
Yeah, we want to give them those lifelong lessons that they're going to carry throughout their life.
Yeah. Communicating with people, understanding how to talk to people. I mean, these are life skills that you're not getting anywhere else. Like selling a pig is a pretty unique skill for a 10-year-old to have.
Absolutely. And we've had kids that have entered the program that I can't even get to talk to me. I think it was the beginning of last year's program. There was one individual who I said, "Hi, how are you?" And she went and stood behind her mom. And I'm like, "Oh, it's going to be a long summer." And now we can't get her to be quiet. Like it really turns them around and brings the best out of the kids and gives them those skills that makes them grow.
Okay, Erin Fons, Emily Grunewald. If people want to know more about 4-H, Emily, where should they go to?
They can go to the NDSU Extension Office, or they're more than welcome to contact me at the fairgrounds, and I will get them in contact with the correct person there.
And Erin Fons, if people want to give to the Red River Valley Fair Foundation that supports, organizations like 4-H and the Livestock Enrichment Program, they can just contact you at the fair, right? Or just you could find it on, if you were buying tickets to the fair, you saw the little thing at the bottom, like give to the foundation too.
Yes, we have all of our missions on our website. We also participate in Giving Hearts Day, but we accept donations all year long. So they can reach out to me if they have any questions.
Thank you guys so much.
And for the scholarship, where do people go to apply for that?
Yes, they can apply online. We give about $10,000 in scholarships to local youth every year. So our application's online right now.
RRVF.
We actually spell it all out.
You
Red
do?
RiverValleyFair.com.
Oh,
Not sure
wow.
who made that, but we make them work for it.
We
Yeah,
have
you
the
do.
world's
I like
longest email address.
Yeah. Just Google it. You'll find it.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.